Hi everybody and welcome to Jimmy's Geek Talk. So today I am joined by Matt Legg. Matt, if you'd like to introduce yourself for us.
Hi everyone, hope you're all well. My name's Matt Legg. I was an ex-professional heavyweight boxer. Got to fight Anthony Joshua and James Toney from America. And happy to be here with Jimmy today.
Okay, so let's have a quick look at what Matt does best. So, as you can see, the man doesn't hold back when he's in the ring. So I figured today would be, having Matt here, yourself, I figured today's the best day to talk about one of the greatest, for me, boxing movies of all time, Rocky.
Yeah.
What's your
one of my favourite films, not just boxing films, favourite films. One of the most uplifting, people get behind him. He's one of the best characters in the film. And the story behind how the film was made and how he was nearly not the main actor was quite interesting. And I used to watch this film the night before my fights. I'd always put this film on.
That's just...
Because I feel a bit of an affinity to him because we've got quite a few similarities.
Yeah.
In that, obviously both boxers. He was actually a debt collector. I was a debt collector, but not your debt collector that goes around taking people's for TV licensing.
Yeah.
I was a debt collector where someone would get money stolen from them or robbed, and I would go and get their money back from them.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was doing that type of thing, not going around people who can't pay the TV license.
not threatening.
So, same as what he was doing in there, and we've got a love of animals, and so I felt a big affinity with him. And I worked in a meat packing plant as well.
Did you do the famous boxing the meat?
No, I never hit the meat.
You never got to do that. So we'll take a quick look at the montage of the training, which to me is possibly one of the greatest moments in the film, really. And then, I'd love to get your feedback on that. So watch it with us, guys. I mean, for me, hearing the music, it takes me back to being a kid, watching it for the first time.
It's one of the most uplifting scenes, and the music just really gets you.
Yeah.
I get a tear in my eye every time this film finishes, when he's in the ring at the end and Adrian comes and he shouts Adrian or that.
Yeah.
I get a tear in my eye every time.
I mean, it was just so brilliantly done. And as you said, like, he was unknown, really, at the time. And, he was stuck to his guns. He didn't want to sell out.
Well, the film company said they wanted the script, but not him as the main actor, didn't they?
Yeah.
And he was so broke, they were going to give him, I think it was $20,000.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Something like, which back then was a lot of money for him.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I've got to be the main actor. And he stuck to his guns, and eventually they gave in. And then look at how the film turned out. He's such a good actor, underrated actor as well.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I know it's all good now watching it in hindsight, going how brilliant he was. But I don't think at the time this came out there was anyone that could have done the role.
No, not with that
Stallone.
Charm, humility. He's got such a likeable nature.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he is an underdog in real life in that sense, really.
Yeah.
And you're cheering him on. You're going through the journey with him.
Yeah.
So, you didn't get to do any of that then, either.
No, I didn't do that. I've done all this though, the press ups and the running and stair running. I do a lot of. But this is what these films, I think, created the training montage, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think and then it became a mainstay in all other action films and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because up until then, the films would kind of skip that. You'd get the hero suddenly just being able to do everything.
Yeah.
And you missed it, or you'd go the other way, where the hero was like someone who knew how to fight, but then all of a sudden they'd go and see someone and go, no, you don't know how to fight, and then they'd be training them. Whereas this, it showed it from the beginning, which is what I really liked about it. And what I also liked about it was Mickey.
Mickey's brilliant.
Because obviously he doesn't want to take him at the start. He doesn't think he's good enough. But then he realises the error of his way. So it's
Burgess Meredith.
It's not just it's not just Rocky's story in that sense. It's the whole of his little unit where he grew up and everything.
Yeah, because at the beginning Mickey calls him a bum. And he kicks him out. Did he kick him out of the gym? Takes his locker.
Which he gets upset about because he says how long he's had the locker for, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you're gone.
It sort of embarrasses him in front of the whole room.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a
But then it shows how good of a character Rocky is because he forgives him and he takes him on because he knows Mickey's the one who's gonna get him out.
I always felt sorry for him when that girl has a go at him as well. You know the bit when he's trying to tell the girl to stay away from the bad people on the street.
Yeah.
And then she just turns around and goes, I don't know, screw you, Yo-Yo, or something.
Yeah.
But he just tried to help her.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show, doesn't it, that obviously that's, as you said, like that's part of what made him so likable.
Yeah.
Was, yes, he was this hard man. Yes, he could do all this stuff, but he wanted to protect people as
Yeah.
well.
I think that's what I loved about him. He was such a lovely character. And he just was always there for people. And he had a brilliant, lovely nature.
I think one of the funniest things I've heard about it was apparently when they filmed it, a bit like in Star Wars where they're all making the lightsaber noises.
Oh, yeah.
Stallone apparently kept going as he was throwing the punches and, and they had to edit out like hours of sound of him like throwing these, making the sounds of throwing the punches.
Well, the actual fight scenes were really well done. Actually, I know they were quite far apart from each other, but when the angle they filmed it at, it looks very realistic. A lot of it.
Well, that was going to be my next question for yourself. Right. Obviously, as a film buff, Rocky, as I said, he's up there for me. There's not many boxing films that I think have ever come close to what that is. But from an ex-professional boxer, what's it like for you watching them fight scenes? Are they as good for us as for yourself, or do you sit there and go, nah, you wouldn't do that?
One thing about them is you wouldn't be able to take that many punches unanswered, because sometimes there's no defence at all. He's just got his hands there and he's getting it. But it does look realistic and it does really get you drawn into it. But in a real fight, I mean, you wouldn't be able to take that many shots, clean shots to the head. But that's the film. Films are meant to be an exaggerated version. And
also, how long would the fight actually go on for? I mean, they both end up at the end, don't they? Hardly being able to see out their eyes. And
and it's just uplifting end to the film, but when he gets up, and I think he beats the count, doesn't he? Beats the count, and it's one of those emotional films. But the fight scenes, I think they had to get Ernie Shavers was in Rocky 3, I think.
Yes.
One of the hardest punching heavyweight, and I think they had to get rid of him and replace him with Clubber Lang, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Because Ernie Shavers was hurting him too much in the fight scenes.
Oh wow!
In the third one, that was.
I know. With the fourth one, he told Dolph Lundgren to actually hit him, and he ended up breaking his ribs.
Well, Dolph Lundgren's an actual fighter.
Dolph
Lundgren's 6'5".
Yeah.
He's 5'7".
Yeah, so
nearly a foot in it.
Him carrying down on him's a bit much. But I mean, like I say, so obviously, how you, like you said about how the fights are done. I mean, the cinematography for me in that scene in the fight is breathtaking.
Who is it? John Avildsen is the director.
Yes,
and
good
director.
The as you said, like the angles, they don't have to be right up on them. Which for me now, I think a lot of films, unless the camera's like right there in their faces, people don't feel like they're getting their bang for their buck, so to speak, from directors. But I think the angle, like you said, like with the angles, it made it more what it was, because then you could see what was going on, but it was more realistic. Because you think if you watch boxing on TV, the camera's not always like there. It is.
You're right
away.
in the action, aren't you? You're in there, and they did the bit when he's running. They've got on the dolly or whatever they had. I think they had a Steadicam. Maybe it was the first time they used Steadicam, possibly for that jogging scene.
It could have been.
You know, when he was jogging, and it might have been. I'm not sure. It might be this film. But you're right in with him. And it is, the cinematography was amazing it.
And I mean, as I said, it was the first time that there was the real underdog in a film.
Yeah.
I can't remember a film before that would have shown an underdog go the distance that he went.
Yeah.
Whereas with that, even in every film, you're following that story throughout, which I think works. I mean, even in Rocky 4, where he's got everything that he wants, he hasn't, because he's still not.
Yeah.
There's still something, and he wants the best for his family.
Yeah, he's got the money in 4, and he's got the fame and all that stuff in the big house.
Yeah.
But there's something missing. He's got that stupid robot.
Yeah. I mean, that was just a thing for the 80s, wasn't it? That was definitely try and sell it.
Yeah, this is my favourite of all of them. The original. Rocky 2's good as well. Well, saying that, the first 3, but this is definitely my favourite.
Yeah, no, I think
the origin story.
I think out of all of them, you've got to say it's probably the best one. So compared to like other boxing films now, so you've got things like Creed, Southpaw, Play to the Bone, Raging Bull. What for you as a boxer separates Rocky from all the others?
Is Southpaw the one with
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah. This separates from the others with its heart.
Yeah.
To me, it's his performance and his lovability. You just love him, and he's such a nice character. Some of the other Raging Bull, obviously, Jake LaMotta's true story. I did used to like that. I went off it after a while. I watched it a few times, and I know it's called one of the greatest boxing films. And it's got Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and so many others in it. But I still prefer this.
Yeah.
This is more my type of film. Maybe because I identify with him so much.
Yeah. No,
And,
I mean, I agree with you on that one. I mean, I do love Raging Bull.
It's uplifting. This is uplifting. Raging Bull's a bit darker.
Yeah, well, Raging Bull shows the more gritty side
Scorsese,
of it.
so yeah, it's going to
Whereas-
be. Yeah, the gritty side of it, and it's realistic.
Yeah.
But this is the one I want to see. 'Cause I like uplifting stuff.
Well, like we said with the music, you can't, once you're with the music, that's it. You're pumped and you're ready to go.
Yeah. I used to play it every night, every single fight. I'd put it on the night before.
And get ready for you.
Yeah, get ready. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, no, that's brilliant. Well, thanks, Matt, for coming in.
Thank you very
and
much.
Have a chat with us.
Thank you for letting me on.
No worries, guys. So, like and subscribe, guys. Also, head to Matt's YouTube channel, guys. He does some brilliant interviews with ex-boxers, criminals, so to speak. But his interviews are fantastic, guys. So definitely head over and check them out.
Thank you.
All right, guys, give us a like and subscribe. Cheers.